Ina. I am the CEO of Kenya Medical Association. And today in the morning, between 9 and 9:30, we were supposed to have a very candid discussion because I felt it, as Kaph, we felt it would form a really good agenda in terms of just setting the ball rolling, getting the health workers who are core to service delivery. We cannot discuss UHC without the healthcare workers, and that is why, indeed, it was our first panel discussion, so that we can give them a chance, the leadership of the various associations, giving them a chance to let us know what is the role of healthcare workers in delivery of quality healthcare towards UHC. And I have very, very able and senior panelists who shall be joining me. Dr. Were Onyino, who is the current president of Kenya Medical Association. He's a surgeon, a plastic and reconstructive surgeon. Dr. Were, karibu. A clap for Dr. Were. My next panelist is my personal dentist, who is also the president of Kenya Dental Association, Dr. Tim Theuri, karibu. Our next panelist is from the Pharmaceutical Society of Kenya. These are the ones who own all the medicines and pharmacies around. Dr. Louis Machogu, President, PSK. And last but not least is one of my former colleagues and also a partner when we came to working in the COVID-19 fund. We've worked very closely with the Kenya Clinical Officers Association in training of healthcare workers, and I'm glad to introduce Mr. Albert Taiti, President, Kenya Clinical Officers Association. Karibu, Mr. Taiti. So to begin this candid discussion in terms of the role of healthcare workers towards UHC, and having a panel that is quite involved in the day-to-day running and the day-to-day challenges and opportunities for healthcare workers, I will give the panelists a chance before I begin the questions, and also give the audience a chance to ask some questions. To briefly, just from a perspective of your own cadre, or from perspective of your experience, what do you think the health worker has to contribute towards UHC? We can begin with yourself, Dr. Louis. Bao, can we have sanitizer, please?
I was taking removing masks. So, morning, everyone.
Remove your mask so that we see you.
Morning. So I'm really happy to be here this morning. Speaking with health institution owners, clinics, hospitals. So it's really exciting moment for me. Dr. Gakombe, when he spoke in the morning, I think he encouraged all of you to look for synergies. Yeah, and I think that's really why I'm here this morning. I'm coming from the point of what are the synergies. So I can empathize with you on the cost of healthcare. 10 years ago, when I was young, I had a chain of pharmacies. I got private equity investment. We had a big business. And I'm really following Dr. Kalebi's story because kichwa changu kilikuwa kinanyolewa before he. But really, don't be scared about private equity. I think Dr. Abdi are doing something good, so maybe they need to do a CPD for us so that we can get to learn what are these things that we're doing. But that said, I'll speak from the perspective of the pharmacy. I think I'll pick opportunities that I see in that sector for the hospital owners. Yeah, I think you're leaving a lot on the table. You're leaving a lot of money on the table. Why do I say this? Out of the 5,000, we were told earlier that public sector pharmacies are not registered, the same way public hospitals are not registered by the board. So out of 5,000 pharmacies in the country registered, only 500 have pharmacists. Yeah, only 500 have pharmacists, and out of those 500, half of them are importers, manufacturers, and distributors. So that means only 250 points have a, and I think there are more than 250 private hospitals in this country. So I like to say that there's a big opportunity there that is being missed. And when I talk to hospital owners, the question is, this pharmacy is a cost driver. I'm losing money there. We need to cut down on cost. Does the patient need all those 10 medicines? Yeah. When you're looking at what are the outcomes the patient is getting, who is following up to ensure that like these misadventures don't happen. You know, you're issuing medicine out, but someone, because of the workload, maybe something was written that wasn't meant to be written. So that's the role of a pharmacist. That's what they're meant to be doing. And I believe there's a lot of opportunity around economic benefit as well as patient outcome benefit in terms of making it cost efficient and making the whole operation, coordinating all the teams from clinical officers, dentists, doctors, and seeing the patient at the middle.